Aww.
What's happening? Does anyone know what's happening? That's fine.
No one knows what's happening. I run
Um,
the game and I'm unsure.
So are you on? Are you on roll 20 now?
Yep.
Yes, I am.
So I'm
Fantastic.
here.
Yay!
This is the fight going on the ship. This is the bit you're not at.
I'm by myself.
But you're about to rush to the rescue on the other part of the
Mr.
combat.
Black is here. Pink is bad. Purple is good.
Yeah.
Basically, kill the pink.
Kill the pig.
And this guy is the Goliath dude.
Yeah, the one that was mean to me before.
Has taken many a damage and not died yet. And as an assassin, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like, there are rules. You should be dead when the assassin attacks you.
That reminds me, actually, because you're an assassin, your first attack should have been a critical hit.
I didn't hit them though.
Oh yeah, you didn't hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was why I was so
Fair.
pissed off. I rolled 3 dice and still didn't hit.
Yeah, you still missed. That's fair. The combat continues. Once again, Mr. Black's crewmen, or Captain Black's crewmen, are much better skilled, starting to cut them down. Though, with the ship where it is a swarm of just more crew rushing aboard.
There's a couple of people on that ship.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
As the fight continues, Ulsanna, you fired the shot, got him in the neck. He's just pulled the pin out, as he will get another quick chance. He spots Captain Black in front of him.
No.
As he does so, he sort of gives a quick smirk and then starts to perform the same maneuver. Whips the hammer behind him, large maul with a big rock at the end of it.
I do something.
What would you like to do?
Decide upon which new boyfriend you want.
I don't know.
You have abilities that allow you to move, I believe.
Fuck. Give me a second then.
I don't know my character. What
This is not what it was for.
You're right, it's not.
This is the bit where Mr. Black loses a fucking arm.
Or something more important.
Hmm? I'm going to allow you to make one... you tell me what you want to do, and we will decide if you have enough time.
Do something. My one thing that I can do.
What would you like to do? And we will see if you can fit it in the time it takes him to whip the hammer around.
Well, there's only one thing I can do. I will bump.
Aha! You are...
And I will go there.
You're going to take the blow. Okay.
Oh, I'll be interested to see who your new character is.
Yeah.
Ulsanna, from where she is, steps into the Shadowfell, and as quickly as she steps in, steps back out, just as the hammer drops towards Captain Black. Having enough time, push Captain Black behind, as the hammer slams down on Ulsanna for a resounding 27 damage.
Shield, if I can.
Oh shit! Yes! I will allow it! As you blow the spell, casting shield, which will bounce the hammer.
Nice.
And that was my one spell
slot, yeah.
As you are now in amongst them. And with that, we go back to the dock.
I'd just like to say the word disengage as a suggestion.
Aha. So, as we have Jillian back. Bear with me one moment as I get you set up. So, Jillian, you've had the chance to rush off, and being local to Waterdeep, you have family, friends, people you know, and people who owe you favours. to get around the docks and things. People are a bit simpler, and they remember the old times where things were a bit quieter. They remember you helping them out. You have managed to gather a small force of dock thugs who either owe you a favour, are friends of the family, or know someone who owes you a favour, and have basically told, this is the person you're helping out. As you'll come sort of through the back alley, you will get sort of there as you see in the red are the crewmen of the Golden Chimera, or ones on shore leave from some of the other ships, as they are fighting against what remains of the crewmen from the Silver Serpant. So Captain Black's men. As behind Jillian, let me just quickly pop it on the right there.
Cavalry!
The cavalry doth arrive. Let's give you a few of these guys.
Now, which one's Uncle Jimmy? That's important.
I will do you a separate one for Uncle Jimmy. Because he's named now, so he's got to be separate. Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's everything I hoped for.
So, think that face. So he's quite old, but this is a man who's been working the docks his entire life. He's in his late 60s, and he still works the docks. So he's still 6'8", pretty big for a human, fairly large, but he's definitely getting old in age.
He's literally twice my height.
Yes. He is rather large, as you have old Uncle Jimmy following as well, as you muster around the corner with them. As you do see the remains of the crew of the Golden Chimera rushing up, though they quickly pause before rushing up to help as they see the large group of thugs and sort of local dock hands moving in. As, crewmen, fairly large men. Dock hands,
Very
big,
large men.
very large men. As Jillian, what would you like to do?
I point at the people that we're trying to find.
Ooh, lost you for a second there.
To my nice group. Going to start behind one of them, try and hide, and then shoot.
Okay, yeah. The big thugs will have no problem letting you hide behind them. That's part of why they're there.
Yep, I can hide behind people.
Yes, you can.
I might even hide behind Uncle Jimmy because, he's Uncle Jimmy.
He is Uncle Jimmy, and, no one messes with Uncle Jimmy.
Exactly. I'm going to attempt to hide, and then I'm going to go shoot one. I'm going to shoot the middle one just there. Let them know which one we're going.
That's no worries.
It's an accidentally hit there.
Go for it.
Do you want me to stealth check first? Or?
Make me a stealth check first. It's effectively you're trying to hide amongst them whilst they're focused on the larger men and using the wall of meat that is Uncle Jimmy and his boys.
12.
Considering you think it's enough. Their passive perception isn't great, and considering all the chaos going on, it's a little easier for them to not quite notice you.
Do I get advantage then?
Yeah, I'm going to say you get advantage with the chaos, and they are more focused on the gathering of large, hulking dockhands.
Than they are on the little tiny halfling.
On the little tiny halfling. Hello everyone, I brought Uncle Jimmy. 26.
26 hit, and then,
That's a definite hit.
And then 16 damage. Let's go for that big guy in the middle there.
Big guy in the middle. Let me quickly add his damage. You get a good shot into him, enough that where you get him in the back, he's the bolt. He can't seem to reach to pull it out. He's definitely twinged something. He looks quite badly beaten and bloodied as well, as you don't think he's long for this world at this point. As Dice.
Yes. So seeing as they've sort of backed off a bit now, I'm gonna say fuck it, and then come in through these two dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Stab this dude twice.
Ooh, go for it.
Seems it usually works.
With a 19 with the short sword, it's a good thrust, a good stab as you strike him quite well. And then getting around with the dagger, 14 is just enough. As you get both blows into the guy. And that's a resounding Ooh.
25.
12. That's some good stabs. He's quite badly bloodied. You sort of managed to cut some of the tendons in his leg as he's sort of hobbling quite badly. As the fight does continue. The crewman... In fact, it won't be the crewman, it's going to be Uncle Jimmy and his lot. Because they're going to get the jump on the crewman, and these guys have been drinking a lot, but it's what they do as their day job. And thus, Jimmy is deciding, he gives the call to the other men, and he's go, as he will rush past and basically slam himself into the group rushing up the docks. Jimmy, being the large figure he is, seems quite confident as he charges in, wailing on the first person he sees. He's got no weapons, just fairly large hands, as he just clenches into fists and starts wailing down on the first guy he sees, pummeling.
I did not see them down there. I would have moved a bit to the side if I'd seen them.
No, that's it.
Didn't realise there was further map.
The others...
I'd have probably moved a bit more sort of this direction.
No, that's fine. Two of them will rush up to back up Uncle Jimmy. More to keep them from flanking and surrounding him. Though they seem more focused on just let Uncle Jimmy be Uncle Jimmy. Yeah. He'll deal with them. As three of them will rush up to flank up behind the lot fighting the Silver Serpent. The group who are fighting the Silver Serpent crew, any attacks done on them are done at advantage because they currently have no idea where to defend from. They are being attacked from the rear, by thugs, by the front, from crew of the Silver Serpent, from the side, by both a werewolf in white, and from the rooftop by a tiefling, and from above by an owl. It is a bad day for them.
That seems to shit fire at them for some reason.
It shits a powder and then they explode. This is a horrible day for them. They rush in pummeling. As I said, that group, any attack done on them is at advantage at all times. Unless you're getting disadvantage for some reason. Cheery.
There's no one in amongst this lot with ranged weapons, is there?
No, they are all fighting hand to hand, sort of melee combat.
In that case, I will just stand astride the roof and start bunging wooden daggers of death from my magic fist of righteousness into them.
Magic fist of righteousness.
Yes. These people need a fisting. Right. So that's... and it's full at advantage as well, isn't it? So that's a 16 to hit on the first one.
That's a hit. As you hurl the dagger, the dart of wit bolts from your plant-like hand.
And then bonus action, offhand. I suppose that'll actually have to be...
That has to be a throwing knife.
That has to be a throwing... Yeah, that actually has to be one of my actual throwing knives. It's one of the three. But that is still with advantage. That's a 23, and I think that's just... I don't know what the rules are on offhand. So I just get...
you don't get your bonus from your stat to the damage.
Okay, so it's just 2 damage then.
Yeah. So give me... Any particular ones you're aiming for?
I'm going to aim for the one in the middle that took damage, took the bolt to the back from Jillian, and the one I'm going to take the. Basically, I'm picking off the weaklings.
Picking off the weaklings.
Yeah.
With those attacks, the first one you strike with the bolt of wood goes through the back of his neck as he turned to face these thugs, out through the front. As he collapses, the thug in front of him, covered in the blood, sort of looks down, looks up, glancing around, and then just cheers and rushes into the others.
Yeah.
Not really fazed by this. There is then... you manage to throw off one of your throwing daggers. With the crowd, you manage to get a bit of a spin as it arcs around. This figure looking more bloody than the rest, though he is still standing. from the strike. But you do get a good hit on him. He sort of clutches at it, leaving him a bit open. As the crewmen from the Silver Serpent will continue their push, as they will actually start to drop a couple. Now that they have the advantage surrounding them, they are slowly, over time, becoming more and more sober as the fight continues.
Yeah, if only we had a cleric that could cast Sober Crowd. Or
Sober crowd.
Sober Crew. That would be the...
I'm homebrewing that spell.
Yeah.
Sober.
Sober Crew. That's what your tiefling first mate does. Sober's the crew.
But yes, they continue the fighting, particularly with you, Jillian, there with your lot. It seems things are starting to go your guys' way a lot more. Though, as I said before, the crewmen of the Silver Serpent look like they're on their last legs, unfortunately. The last remaining 4. As we shall return to the ship, where all hell continues.
Here we go. I'm about to die. Bye.
Ulsanna, you are standing toe-to-toe with the first mate of the Golden Chimera. He's quite badly bloodied, but he is still standing.
Bloodied. Only bloodied.
He has still got his maul in hand. You've suffered quite a bad strike, but fortunately, your quick thinking with your shield spell was just enough to bounce it away, though he is still raring to go for another strike. What do you do?
I will try and rapier. Sorry.
You're going to stab him with your rapier.
Yes. The stabby thing.
The stabby thing.
Doesn't help.
As you can make me an attack.
Oh.
9.
I'm a die.
You go in for the stab. The Goliath, them being fairly naturally resilient people as well, it seems to glance off just his toughened hide and flesh as he towers over you. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Like, disengage and run?
You're rogue!
I'm literally just about to die to this.
Yeah, disengage and run. They can follow you.
Can I bring him
I've
with
only
me?
known him 2 days.
Yeah. Ain't no dick worth that.
Can I bring him with me?
You can bring him with you, though you suspect he's not going to be able to go as quick as you can, and the Goliath may just follow.
I will. Fuck. I don't know. I'll just stay there. Fuck this shit.
You're just going to stay there. You're going to stand there defending Captain Black.
You're going to tank the Goliath as he whacks you with his maul for.
Goodness me.
No, I'm going to get out of the way. I'm out of the way.
Yeah,
You're getting out of the way.
Yes.
I'll get further out of the way than that.
No, that's it.
The Goliath. You'll disengage and pull away from him. The Goliath, seeing you do so, though at the same time, seeing you burst in to take a hit for Captain Black, will go for Captain Black. As he rushes in with the maul, though his intention doesn't seem to be slam it down like he has done before, he gives a big whirling swing under, slams Captain Black in the chest, knocking him overboard.
Oh, okay.
Rushes it. Oh. As he will turn to face you. As Captain Black, he goes over the edge and there is the splash of water.
Yeah, he might survive that. It's fine.
I hope he can swim. He's a sailor, so.
He's a businessman. He's a legitimate businessman.
He's a legitimate businessman.
Oh, God.
I said sailor, not pirate.
But yes, the fighting amongst the crew continue as the Silver Serpent crewmen, once again being more skilled, do cut a couple down. But they themselves are starting to get overrun.
Oh god.
There is another shake and cocoon booming of cannons from below decks. As the ship, the Golden Chimera, starts to sink. Of course, with it going down, the ship captain casually steps to the front of the ship just as it gets low enough, steps onto the Silver Serpent.
Oh god. Here we go. Guys, I could really do with some help.
We'll be with you as soon as we can kill these. We got to kill them. We got to get in a boat. And we're with you in about 10 turns' time.
Oh!
They should steal the ship, sail over to you. It's all going to hell. With that, with Captain Black being knocked off the edge, we shall move back to the docks. As Jillian, we'll begin with you.
Yes. Jillian has no idea what's going on, to be completely honest.
There's a lot
Neither
of
do the rest of
fighting.
us.
Particularly Jillian, with your perception and such, looking further down the docks both ways, it looks like this isn't the only fight that's breaking out. With this breaking out, other feuds have started to sort of come to light as other crews of different ships have started fighting.
Docks riot.
It's the docks has turned into a riot.
Okay.
Guards have basically gone from keep the peace, stop the fighting to don't get paid enough, flee, run, as they are leaving the docks to try and block off the docks.
Okay.
As all sorts of chaos is just happening. We will move on to then Dice.
Yes.
As you are amongst the fray, particularly now that you've stepped in front of the other two crewmen, they've sort of looked down at you as you've helped them out and gone, yeah, no, we are following you,
It's like,
Wolf.
good. Just rip them to shreds, boys.
Aye, aye, Wolf.
My eggs, righty?
Yeah, and I'll come up and stab this dude as many times as I can.
Go for it. Stabby, stabby.
Stabby stab.
Okay. The short sword, you'll get advantage, remember?
Oh, yes. I forgot because my brain works. But
That's a definite hit.
and then the dagger. Advantage.
Ooh, so a 19 with the short sword. You
Yep.
rush in and thrust the blade in. As he winces in pain where you stabbed him, you get the side, sort of in sort of the side of him with the dagger. As he will go down. As you cut him down in his prime. The two men behind you cheer as they sort of back you up, moving in as you move. As the crewmen of the Golden Chimera, particularly those amongst fighting you lot who are surrounded, seem to go into an almost panic at this point. They are reduced numbers. Their buddies who came to help them are currently having to deal with, a very bad situation. But they will continue trying to fight as they seem to focus on the thugs, more trying to break past them to break out, but the thugs aren't having anything of it. They're big, they're burly, they are just pushing them back into the fight. As you're back, Jillian, what would you like to do?
Yes, I completely lost internet connection.
No, that's no worries.
Jillian is going to fire an arrow at one of the groups. Does it look like that sort of Uncle Jimmy's group is sort of doing okay?
Yeah, well,
the extra.
at the moment, it looks like, once again, you've got two thugs backing up Uncle Jimmy, and Uncle Jimmy is very much of the opinion of lift guy, slam him against other guy. Or slam with fists. He's big, he's strong, he is basically just going, I'm gonna pick you up. Also, huh? Lifts him and then beats someone else with the same guy he's lifted. He's big. They seem to have it in order to the point where those crewmen seem to look like they're backing off, not quite expecting the half giant man of Uncle Jimmy.
Awesome. In which case, I'll focus on trying to pick these guys off.
Go for it.
The remainder. Have I got a good enough view to shoot one of these guys?
You most certainly do, and remember, it is advantage at anyone in that group because they are surrounded on all sides.
I'm going to do that then.
Even from sides that are far away.
Yay! Anyone look particularly hurt? I didn't actually catch who was attacked.
They are amongst them. This gentleman here and this gentleman here look injured.
Okay, I will go for... Let's go for this gentleman here.
Go for it. Advantage. Away.
I have advantage. Advantage is good. Let's just roll. Woo, let's shoot the people.
Shoot the people at the docks. Kill the people at the docks.
It is a hit sequel to the original
Yeah,
song.
it is.
Yeah.
You looked out the window.
It's the B-side.
Yeah.
25 is a definite hit. And with the current situation, the bolt flies over. You get him in the chest, sort of in the shoulder. He bleeds quite badly. He actually drops his weapon from the wound, but he is still standing, but he is not in a good way.
So close.
They are looking quite panicked now as well, because they've gone from outnumbering their enemy to they're becoming outnumbered very quickly.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to stay there, I think.
Yeah. Nice safe spot. You know, Uncle Jimmy isn't going to let anything pass him to get to you. Cheery.
Cheery is going to throw a wooden throwing knife into the one remaining guy on the back row of these guys between. Basically clear him out, and then it's the last four get charged from behind by everybody else, by the look of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so he needs to die. So we'll do the usual. Well, I suppose it's.
So I'm just putting these to front because I just realised that loads of people covered in dead bodies.
Yeah. That's a 21 to hit.
That's a definite hit with the 21.
Yeah, so that's done 19 points of damage to him.
Ooh. Let's double check his hit points quickly.
19, nice.
He's still up, but that strike really messed with him. He is dropping to one knee.
In that case, offhand attack, that will be a...
Throwing dagger number 2.
Yes, throwing dagger number 2 because my other daggers were the ones with Torin Senses Regards written on them. So, yeah, throwing knife number 2. I've got to... Oh, that's what I've got to do with the equipment here. I've got to de-slap that so that when I throw that one... Advantage. That's... Ooh, another...
Ooh.
That's a 23 to hit and another 2 points. That's only 2 points of damage again, but...
2 is enough.
Yeah.
As you hurl the throwing dagger, once you get that nice curl on it, as it spins, it slices him in the throat where he's dropped to the knee and sort of scatters across the ground amongst the dead bodies as he collapses in front of the men. At which point, the crewmen of the Silver Serpent see the opportunity. Dice, they will push you forwards with them.
Yeah.
Into...
I'm leading them. What you want about?
Yeah, say push you forward into they're following you. As
Here he lets out a massive wolf howl as well as they charge. Ow!
Oh yeah, you're a werewolf right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, no, Dice is a werewolf. Cheery's just
Dice-
howling. So trying to
Dice
set
will-
everyone else up.
Dice will also follow through with that howl.
The crewmen of the Silver Serpent, with them focusing on the big thugs, take the perfect opportunity. They rush in, short sword in the back, followed by the stiletto blade into the throat, whilst they have them pinned, and just drop the remaining crewmen in amongst them. The crewmen dealing with Uncle Jerry, they seem to take a moment to go, you know what, we can do this. They'll muster themselves and rush for Jerry. Uncle Jerry, taking the first one, lifting him, sticks his head under the arm and just snaps, dropping the lifeless body, as he seems to give a bit of a mumble of, as the rest of them panic, yarp, and the rest of the crew of the Golden Chimera start to flee down away from Uncle Jerry and the thugs.
He's the person you want with you in a fight.
As they will flee. As they flee, you will spot sort of down, a bit further down the docks, a few familiar faces. A small group of free Dragonborn. By some boats.
Great lads. Yeah.
You can see it's a bit of an unusual muster, because you seem to have George, who is looking over a boat. He seems to have unstrung it, gotten it set up. It's a bit of a bigger one than one of the fishing boats, as it actually has a sail to it. But you can see surrounding Lenny and his brother, a small pile of bodies from, not from the Golden Chimera necessarily, some are, but it seems various other crewmen who have sort of gone, pick a fight with them. Why? Because they're not part of our crew. And they've managed to hold their own, but they are looking a bit battered, but not enough for concern. Especially Lenny, he'll look down the dock and see some familiar faces. He'll give a big sort of toothy grin. Lenny. George will notice, and he'll sort of gesture for you to come down, as he'll point at the small sailboat he's managed to muster.
Cheery will come off the roof, just climb down, and just check the captain. Right, who wants a lift to the Silver Serpent?
Lenny will sort of look over to see you, look at you, and go, Lenny don't like water.
You don't have to the water though, Lenny. You just need to sit on the boat.
Oh yeah, boat isn't water. Lenny will climb into the
Exactly.
boat.
Wow.
See if we can bring them right. All aboard!
All aboard the sailboat.
Yes.
How many spaces are there on the sailboat? How many people can we bring?
You can bring yourselves
Everyone.
plus 3 others.
Dragonborns.
The uncle, what's his face?
Uncle Jimmy?
Jimmy.
There are more boats, so potentially they could jump.
Oh, we can ask them.
And come over.
Yeah, tell them to get
I'll
and
ask
then
Uncle
grab
Jerry,
another.
can you set up a boat and come follow us?
Yeah.
We
can come on.
what we'll have to do is down knock and fill the sailboat around there. I don't know if Jeremy's got one of them there, but we have to give us 2 minutes to stay a bit longer. As one of the thugs will go, sailboat down there. Larry owes us a favour. We'll pick it up, but you're going to have to give us a few minutes. We're going to be a bit behind.
That's
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Oh,
So they're the
not
second
aware of the
wave.
sailing, particularly with the fishing things around
Yeah.
here. It's been not been very good raining on this. Yeah, particularly with the winds at the moment, it's not been fantastic, particularly fishing, but I don't know why he's going on about that. That doesn't really matter. We'll go get a sailboat.
Good.
Bigger
And
than
I'm
Duncan. They're
assuming-
probably going to do it quicker than we would be able to.
Yeah,
or
and
something
I'm
else.
assuming the sailors from the Silver Serpent will grab a boat as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you will muster onto a sailboat, sailors from the Silver Serpent will rush up to the dock they originally come from, and they will pick up the sailboat from there to head up.
Yeah.
Everyone can make me a perception check,
Excellent.
apart from Ulsanna, obviously.
Sorry, this is going to be an advantage, but we'll just take the first one.
Where is perception? There's
14.
perception.
14. Yeah.
I'll turn off advantage now.
Oh, well done, Dice.
28 perception from Dice. Dice sees all.
Pay attention for once.
finally paying attention.
Wow.
I
Cheery-
pay attention to the shiny things.
And Jillian will spot it. There seems to be someone who is heading up and in charge of the dock, up by where the Silver Serpent crewmen are getting on. Appears to be a tiefling-looking woman. Dice will be the one who spots it. As she does so, she seems to muster people onto these boats and sort of organise things. She steps behind some of the cargo, as Dice is the only one who spots her, seems to vanish in a plume of smoke from the docks. As we will go back to the ship.
Cheery takes the time while they're on the boat to prep another charge on Barbatus. Save me a bonus action later.
Barbatos. That's not a problem. Shake, 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 shake. Right. Fly over, drop when I say. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Come on, Barbatos. Don't let the team
There we
down.
are. There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
I've got a raven on there as well, but that's not relevant right now.
Ulsanna. Before you stands the Goliath, who has literally just knocked your sleeping companion off the side of the ship.
Wow.
Stab, disengage. Right.
Yeah.
Stab, disengage, run.
Is Eldritch Blast a disadvantage?
If you're doing it in close combat, it is disadvantage.
If you disengage first and then move away and do it,
Yeah, give yourself some distance.
Disengage
make the
then.
Yep.
Plus, it makes it harder to hit you because he's going to run up and chase you.
Yes. And particularly where you're going on to, you can make me a acrobatics roll, though you suspect he may have more trouble than you on this particular decorative banister side piece. Or you slip in and fall into the water.
At least you're with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
does she get the blast off as she's falling?
Yes, you'll get your blasts off as you fall. For cinematic effect. But unfortunately you will slip.
What you've got to do is make it look like you dived into rescue him when you.
I meant to do that. I meant to do
I
that.
totally meant to do that.
The first one hits. The second one also hits. A 15
Nice.
followed by a 23. Both strike him as there's sort of burns of this dark energy as they seem to manifest from the actual Shadowfell. Though he does then sort of look over the side of the boat as you are now in the water. As you know, sort of glancing over towards you, you'll see Captain Black sort of treading water, sort of swaying and go. Come for a swim.
Yes. Nice. No.
Giving him that look like a cat that fell in the bath and he's trying to pretend they meant to do it.
I came to save you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awkward as always.
It's always floating in the water. He has been slammed in the chest. You suspect he's trying to put a brave face on because he's definitely got some broken ribs.
Oh. Yeah. Is there like something to hold on to?
He will sort of gesture towards the ship where there are some ropes and things about, as he will swim over and sort of grab on. No need for a check because you're so close to the ship. But yeah, he sort of grab onto the side, some ropes and such. It looks like when the fight kicked off, some of the crew threw ropes over the side ready. Because, yeah, people are going to fall off the ship. They need something to grab and climb back on with. The amusing bit is, as you've been knocked off, the Eldritch blasts fly over. In a puff of smoke, onto the ship, appears the first mate to flank the Goliath with the look of, aha! We have you now! Where's she gone? As she very quickly goes from the very menacing, aha! To very unmenacing, oh, no, this was not as planned.
This is not what was meant to happen.
This is what
They
was
were
meant to
meant to be people.
I have a lot of hit points.
The crewmen continue their fight as they start to spread out across the ship. Yeah.
So many people. So many. We're on the way.
The main advantage you think they have is the fact that it looks like most of Captain Black's crewmen were on shore leave. As you can see, a lot of these small sail ships going towards that ship. Just ram-packed with people. You'll make it over there. As they do just sort of start spreading out. As the captain seems to just be throwing orders around, sort of sending men. Up the stairs to the gallows. We take the top deck. Once the top deck is taken, we spread through the ship and kill them all. As there's a cheer from the more practical crewmen as they swarm in.
Those aren't good orders. Those are bad orders.
Those are mean.
Those make him a dead man in my book. Hopefully.
Not there
The
yet.
fact that we need
I
him dead
know.
anyway.
We can take back the ship. That's fine. Well, let's take it back by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Ulsanna.
Okay.
Get back on the ship.
Hey?
Get back on the ship.
Out here. Right. I guess we could start climbing. I don't know.
Yeah, gonna start climbing. I need it's gonna be athletics, not acrobatics, because you can't get the right kind of purchase on this kind of surface and thing. So it is
11?
straight physical. 11 is enough. They are knotted ropes. Once again, they are designed literally to be thrown over the side so crewmen can get back up easily. As it's a bit of a struggle, but you are able to pull yourself up.
Okay.
As you will be able to get onto the ship again.
And can I take an attack?
Yes, you can. I'll say, yeah, I'm going to say that's your movement and bonus
So
action
the
to do.
captain hasn't taken any turns yet, right?
He hasn't, no. He's been sort of wandering around letting his crew do their thing.
Right. So I'd like to shoot him.
You're going to aim for the captain.
Yeah, because I've got my thing.
Yeah,
My
fang.
assassin thing. My thing.
Do your fang.
Just fucking hit! What? 3 dice?
3 dice, and the highest you got was 12.
Oh.
The second highest you've rolled all night.
Yeah.
She did
You're
get
on
a crit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You're on a +7 modifier as well.
Yeah.
The shot goes wide. The captain seems to notice it as he does look in your direction. As he starts to draw the black blade.
Yeah.
Not
a
let
die.
it touch you. Whatever you do,
stay
do
away
not let
from
it touch you.
With that, Captain Black, seeing you climb up, will follow suit and make his way up. He seems to be a bit slower, considering he looks to be wincing a bit in pain as he's climbing, but he does make it on top. You'll notice as you get up, the tiefling's first mate will sort of look past, seeing you pop up and give you a wave, and sort of point at the big Goliath. As she sort of dances around a bit with the blade. She's very quick on her feet, always on the tiptoes, sort of back and forth. Very quick little movements. Captain Black will come up. He'll sort of think for a moment, do a small incantation, wave his hands as he will walk up to the Goliath, place both hands on the back of the Goliath, as the Goliath withers and dies.
Nice.
Yes.
As he absorbs the life force of the Goliath. As you hear the sound of his ribs popping and clicking back into
Oh,
place.
damn.
Yes.
That horrible crunching sound as he just regenerates his health back. As he then shakes his hand, as you can see the smouldering, sort of greenish black smoke coming off them. As he'll look back at you and go, don't judge me.
Not judging you. Seems really impressive.
Thank you.
Oh.
I am strangely
I am
down.
strangely turned on right now. Also a problem.
I have the weirdest boner.
Not to alarm you, I'm out of magic, other than my basics.
Me too. Yay. Yep.
The crew continue their fighting. The Silver Serpent taking down a couple more. Though, as they do, once again, being outnumbered so much, their skill can only account for so much.
No.
As those of you on the boats, the little sailboats, weirdly enough, as you get just out of the dock, an unnatural wind seems to pick you up and move you on, as it seems to guide you into the same sort of slipstream as the rest of the Silver Serpent crew, as their boats seem to be going a lot quicker than some of the others. The men of the Silver Serpent crew on their boats look like they're already prepping. They're pulling swords and daggers ready, as on each ship there's a person at the front sort of watching with a spyglass to see what's going on the main ship. From where you are, in the distance, you can see the banners of the Golden Chimera from the other 6 ships that have now started to reach close enough that they are starting to turn, almost looking like they're about to circle the ship.
Fuck. We need to get on the... If one of us can get onto the Golden Chimera and raise a white flag, we might surrender. That's the only thing I can...
I think the Golden Chimera is sinking, isn't it?
As you look over at the Golden Chimera, you see the last remnants of its tallest mast, the crow's nest being the last bit you see as it blobs into the water.
That's all right.
As
All
the
we need to
Golden
do is
Chimera
hoist
itself is
Captain
no more.
Vole's severed head from the mast of the Silver Serpent.
Yeah.
Go after the captain
We need
then.
to kill the captain.
Kill the captain.
I
As
tried that. I missed.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
but-
some backup though.
Yeah.
so, we will have 2 rounds of Ulsanna on the ship before you guys arrive to join the fray.
In that case, I am gonna go for pee.
Go for it.
Yeah, before
I might find
Oh, look at the picture of the wolf.
Yeah. Dice are nice. That's going to have to be tokened up as well, so we've got the 2 different dice tokens.
That's doable. So yes, Ulsanna. The captain of the Golden Chimera seems focused on you. He's drawn the black blade, the same black blade you've seen strike dice. The necrotic blade.
Yep.
What would you
I'll
like
let
to
you
do?
die.
Booze.
He's still over there.
fancy. Like in a mug.
Amazing. That's like the best bit about when you first move in. You're like, I just got a mug.
Yay!
Literally, most of my stuff hasn't made it up yet. Coming up next weekend in a van, so I literally have like a mug and a plate, and that's pretty much
Mug
it.
and a deck chair. Yes.
Yes. So, Ulsanna, what would you like to do?
So he's still over there and he's not moving.
He's not moved.
Is it my go first, or is he
Yes.
just not moving?
He seems to be, once again, he's more focused on commanding his men. He seems to be, it's almost like he's saving the best for last. Him.
Cool.
Once again, he is an older captain, which means he's survived this long with enemies. And particularly an enemy like Captain Black as well. So he's not to be trifled with.
No. Oh shit. I would like to. I'm not hidden at the minute, am I?
No. He's very aware of where you are.
I need to get advantage.
Is there somewhere you could hide? Like run up and hide?
Yeah, can I hide like behind this mast?
Unfortunately, because he's focused on you, as you move behind the
But
mast,
all
he
those
knows you're
people-
behind.
All those people are like dead. I'm kind of hoping that they were kind of alive. I just silly. I'll just fire at him then.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, and then move and bonus hide somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide.
Well, you've got behind the anchor. You've got under the. You've got all over here.
What is that?
That's an anchor. That is the steps up to the poop deck, where you do your poop in.
Yeah, you know that.
And that's the capstan for the anchors, I think.
Yeah.
I'll just fire at him then.
Go for it.
Oh, there we go.
24.
Now you hit. Okay.
The bolt flies off from the weapon as you strike him in the shoulder. He seems to wince slightly, but doesn't flinch. As you get a good hit on him.
Not a fucking crit though, is it?
No,
Or a
it's
sneak
not. Or a sneak attack. But he is still
Okay.
standing. Captain Black will see you fire at him. He will start throwing a couple of bolts of eldritch energy. But his focus seems to be protecting his crew rather than aim for the captain at the moment.
Yeah.
As he will be able to take down a couple of the men. His first mate, on the other hand, will see you trying to sort of look for a place to move and hide and get out of sight. She'll give you a quick nod as she will dart around and start basically picking a fight with him. Literally, she sort of clips him across the ankle, clips him across the side, clips him across the face with the rapier,
He's a
distracting him
swashbuckler.
enough
Yeah.
that he is now focused on her,
Yeah.
giving you opportunities to hide. But it does mean she is toe to toe with the captain of the Golden Chimera, Captain Vol.
Knife that.
Hopefully not for too long.
Sword.
He does go for a swing with the black blade, though he does miss her sort of dancing movements, able to sort of twirl and twist and step back and forwards to avoid the blade with elegant ease, though it was a very close strike. As we'll do to round 2 of Ulsanna before the arrival of the backup.
Right. So now I will do what I wanted to do. Right?
Yep.
And will that work, or do I have to go around like the other way?
You should be able to find spots to hide. You just need to be in position that you're not at the moment. Because he's distracted, he can't watch you as you find a spot to hide.
Can I still go behind the thing?
Yeah, I'd
or-
say that would work. Because you can get a position where you can hide behind the
'cause he's
mast.
facing this way.
Bingo. Because effectively, as he looks back to see where you are, you wait there. When he goes back to continue the fighting, that's when you move, hide. And when he
So-
looks back,
yeah.
he's focusing on the point where you were, not where you are.
He's had a turn now in combat, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Bullshit. Okay. Fine. This is such a fucking joke.
For kindness, I'm going to say I'm going to allow you to use your assassination ability for this round.
And you get your
It's gonna miss though.
Well, you
Definitely,
get
you might-
advantage.
Yeah,
so,
so I got a 14.
but you get to roll again, don't
I
you?
get
Because of
to roll
Elven Actress.
one.
Yeah. Once more. You're an assassin that can't kill people.
Oh, what am I doing?
How?
I haven't hit anything yet. I've hit one
Wait a
thing.
minute, because this is
still
Fumble
hit.
Folks rules.
Oh,
With
yeah.
an 8 critical fail, do you want to take the critical fail? Because it will hit. But bad
But
things will happen.
Break my fucking.
Not necessarily. Bad things will happen.
Oh, I'm gonna get her as well. Oh, yeah, go on then.
You're going to take the critical
Such
fumble.
fun, yeah.
So you do
No,
hit. Oh, no, you're not taking it. Oh.
No, I don't know. No, yes. Yeah, I'm taking
You're doing it. You're doing it. You're taking the critical fumble. You're accepting the consequences. You fire the shot. It flies well, though you realise you've just veered it slightly to the right too much. You slice him across the neck with the bolt, as the bolt keeps flying, as it will actually get the first mate in the chest. Do your critical hit damage, please. Because an assassination, or an assassin thing, it counts as a critical, doesn't it? So both of them will take the damage. 2d6. So 12 plus the other 6, so that's 18 on top of the damage of. So that's 25, 33.
Nice.
Into both of them.
Not so nice.
Yes. Hopefully the first mate can stand it. Hopefully the captain just dies.
The captain is bloodied. You nick him pretty bad in the neck. Enough he bleeds quite badly. The first mate is also bloodied.
Yeah.
But they are both still standing.
Okay, well that's good at least.
Captain Black will continue assisting his crew as best he can as he's launching Eldritch blasts here, there and everywhere. The first mate will continue her dancing and distraction. She sort of does a couple of small nicks and cuts into the captain. No massive damage, but she is getting these little hits in constantly.
Yeah.
Captain Vol will then go to strike her with the black blade.
Please say it doesn't hit. Because she's bloodied.
Let's take a look. Ooh. The black blade barely misses her.
Oh, thank
As it
God.
literally slices down the front, slicing the clothing, not her. As you can see her step back quite far with that look of that was too close.
Does he get caught by her corset of entrapment?
Making these 100%.
Yeah, we definitely need to commission one of those from Vinda.
Good, because I've already statted it as a magic item.
Yeah.
Man catcher corsets. But yes, they continue the fight. The crewmen, unfortunately, do take the top deck.
What about these four at the back here that have done fuck all?
Guys!
They do not take the fort. That's a fair point. They will rush in, finally. Ryan forgot about them.
Right, lads, tea break's over. Tea break's over, lads. Get in there.
Oh, go on then.
Oi, Jerry, yeah, there's a fight going on. What do you mean there's a fight going on? I was looking out to sea. I know, we all were. We should probably join in. It's probably a smart idea.
I'll find the moves on the water. It's just so beautiful at night.
Yeah.
They will rush into the fight.
They have not taken a top deck.
Aha,
Those
the
guys-
top deck still stands because Ryan forgot about some of the crew. Saved by my incompetence.
That's how we fight. Have you not seen us?
Fair. But yes, you will arrive on the sail ship. That gives you a rough idea of the size of the sail ship. Not the most
assuming
comfortable
that-
trip.
We are so. I'm tiny. I'm like a little person. We've got two little. We
How
can sit on
close
the
is
Dragon
the
Ball's
ship?
lap or something.
Yeah.
You're about 10 foot from the ship. You reckon you could sort of get a bit closer, and as you can see, there are various ropes flung down with knots in them, being able to give you a chance to clamber up.
Right.
Oh, okay. Athletics is not my strong suit, but you know.
It
Can
is
we roll
only a
initiative?
DC 10. So I'm going to
I
go
have -1.
for this combat, because there's a lot going on. It's going to go players first, players allies, then enemies.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yes, Queen.
with you arriving, we will start with you guys on the boat.
We're both on the boat.
Well, it's three of you on the boat.
Little boat.
Ah, little.
So, yes, they will be able to get you close enough that you won't need to swim.
Okay.
But you will still need to climb up. Oh, kitty cat. Meow. You'll still need to climb up. And it's an athletics check, and it is only a DC 10, in all fairness. So it is fairly doable. And because of the knots and such, you can get advantage on it, I'm going to say.
Fuck.
What?
As we approach, Chewie casts guidance on himself.
I have to climb
Right,
rope.
Ready to go for a
Guidance.
swim?
Yeah, get on the boat. Guidance. Right, okay. Advantage.
Okay, Jillian's like, it's fine, I know. how to
Good,
swim.
thank God for the. Chewie gets a 7 with guidance and advantage.
Ooh, shit.
Damn.
Cheery, there's a moment where you sort of, let's see the other rolls first from the other people. Because Cheery's basically clinging onto this rope, swinging side to side, slightly going, I can't get up. It's too hard.
I rope.
Me in school.
This is my worst thing in school. It's why I left and went into crime.
Yeah.
As, Amy, or Jillian.
Let's have a go. We have advantage, don't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. They try to make it as easy as possible for their crew to get back onto the ship.
Let me just give myself a
Your watchers all fail to get onto a boat for 3 rounds.
It's fine. There's an actual ladder a bit further along, I'm sure. So.
Oh,
Jillian will
makes-
make it, sort of clamber up. It's not the easiest, but yeah, not to helping.
So small.
It's like twice the distance for me. As, Daith.
Dace shall find athletics. There it is.
It's a less used one for us.
Yeah. And this is also with a +2, not +1, but fuck it. Werewolf.
Nice. Yeah, werewolf. You don't even use the rope, just claws in the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Give us a lift.
I imagine that's what a goblin werewolf sounds like.
Wow.
But you do clamber up. So let me quickly pop. There is a cherry, unfortunately, still dangling. I'll copy you just there.
Yeah.
The free Dragonborn letting you get up first will sort of look up at you, Cheery, as then you'll go, do you need help?
Yes, please.
Okay. Lenny will climb up your rope. He'll sort of grab you and put you on his back with one arm on the rope, one arm on you. As you'll hold on, as you'll climb his way up.
Is it too soon to take mounted combatant as a feat?
Ride Lenny into battle. But it means he will get sort of in front of you in things as the others will climb up.
That's fine.
Ready themselves.
Dice is now in base-to-base contact with the captain.
Which is where I want it to be, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because me and him have some things to discuss. Namely,
Ulsanna.
payment.
Fucking die.
Ulsanna. The captain is aware of your current position, but he is still being distracted by the first mate. And hey, look,
So,
dice.
do I still get advantage because there's someone there?
You need to move and do a stealth check to basically reposition yourself so that he's not
Well,
aware
there's
of
an
exactly
ally
where you are.
within 5 feet.
Oh yeah, it's an ally within 5 foot. You're
That's for
fine.
sneak. That's for sneak attack.
You don't
Yeah.
get advantage.
Right, yeah, okay, so not advantage. Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
So you still get your
will
sneak attack.
do.
That'll do.
If you do the hide, you can get the advantage, which gives you 3 chances of getting a critical. or better than a 1 for a change.
Thanks for pointing that out.
What is your best chance to hit? You know something's gone wrong with your rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna, I'll Eldritch Blast because that's more fun, right?
Don't get sneak with it.
Don't get sneak with it.
Don't get sneak attack with it.
Oh, then no, I won't crossbow.
Eldritch Blast is rubbish for you, quite frankly.
But you do get multiple blasts, which is quite awesome.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I actually.
Nice.
Nice. With a
Finally.
21. That's a definite hit. And you get the sneak attack as well, as the bolt flies into his back. He gives a groan and a yell of the pain, though he is still standing. Only barely at this point from the looks of things.
Yep.
Your allies. With that, so the dragon. Oh, what was that?
Sorry. I will move a bit closer. That's all. Sorry.
No, that's fair enough.
Fine.
Your allies, the Dragonborn, will spend their action basically getting up as well as part of it. As they get on, and they sort of take their time to sort of go, right, what's going on? Who's the enemy? Who's the good guys? Ooh, look shit up here. Mr. Black will continue trying to aid his crew, sort of launching these Eldritch Blasts out, as he'll take down another one of the enemy crewmen. The Tiefling first mate, who is not looking the best at the moment, is still dancing around though. Almost has gone from sort of dodging and diving to, that hurt like hell. He's going to be pissed off as well. I'm just going to taunt him. And she's literally taunting the man. Instead of actually doing damage, she's slapping him with the flat of the blade, kind of thing, just to keep him focused on her rather than you.
That's nice of her.
Though every so often, when he's not able to look because of the slap, she does give you the quick sort of glance of,
Kill him.
Help!
That's what we're doing, okay? We're trying.
the crew who have now rushed from the rear of the ship to aid do help cutting down some of the enemy crewmen.
Nice.
Sweet. But we do move on to the enemy. 2 men will rush the large, rather intimidating and terrifying of the Dragonborn, Iruk.
That's their problem.
That's their problem. That's their mistake in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a Dragonborn problem to me.
The captain of the Captain Vol will look at his selection of people to go for, considering there's now a Lenny behind him as well. He's not in a good situation. He will go for Dice the Werewolf. There's a bit of a double take, but as he looks at your eyes, Dice, he seems to recognise you.
Nice little
Can I,
smile
like,
and laugh.
Can I shout at
Come
him?
here, pretty boy.
Yes, you can. What would you
Can I
like to
shout
yell?
at him as like a reaction.
Yeah.
Hey! I just want to say, hey.
Hey. Hi.
Hey!
Hey, like, missed
Trying to get him
you.
to look this way rather than at Dice.
Ooh.
I'm the one that hit you. Come for
Dice is just there, like, growling and laughing.
Who's he going to go for? His selection is, there is Ulsanna, who clearly has some attachment with Captain Black, who is his enemy. There is the first mate of Captain Black.
Who's
There is
also been
Dice,
and then
who's been
me.
a bit of a thorn in his side. And then there's Lenny.
Eh,
Meh.
meh.
He's going to go for... He's going for the first mate. Because the first mate is already badly wounded.
Oh. Can I do anything to, like, sort of try and distract him as well? try and get...
Your choices are, you can stop the blow hitting the first mate, but you will take the hit.
I'll risk it. Fuck it.
You're going to risk it for the biscuit.
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
You will dive in the way, knocking the first mate out of the way.
Yep.
The strike hits for a critical.
Yep.
As he does a resounding, and remember this is necrotic damage,
Yep.
47 necrotic damage as the blade cuts into you.
What? How are you still up?
What?
She's a fucking werewolf with.
Yes.
Oh, fuck you, Captain. You're dead next round.
He slices into you as the same thing, as the blade crosses across you, as the wound is created. It doesn't bleed, it just withers, and this one is deep. You can see bits of rib cage where he's hacked in to the chest, running down the body, as there is a glow from that black blade.
You haven't just.
Dyson's just laughing.
Just cackling in madness,
Yeah.
like a wolf. Arr, 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 arr. You suck.
Yeah.
As we go back to the players,
Yes.
who would like to begin?
Fucking get some.
Cherry's like, fucking get some.
Right.
Dice.
Let's.
Yeah. If
Shoot.
yeah.
Yeah. Chewy's going to run up into the rigging and bonus action hide for the start.
That's smart.
Yep. Obviously, he's not focused on you, so you're able to hide away
Yep.
from him because he's focusing on too many targets.
Okay.
When Richard
That's a
is capping
13.
lightly.
I don't know whether or not that helps. So, and then from the rigging, so I'll put myself somewhere up here.
Yep. He
I attack
he
with a.
seems to
throwing
notice
knife.
you still.
Okay, so no advantage, but I can still claim sneak.
Yes.
Oh, it's always worth trying for the advantage.
It's always worth a go. So you're all rogues.
Yeah,
Rogue party.
that's a 22 to
Nice.
hit and 12 total.
Yep. You hurl the throwing knife. Once again, it whips around as you get him in the side of the neck. The 12 damage, not dropping him, though he is woozy, swaying. He's gone very pale from blood loss, but he is still standing.
Cheery flips in the finger and just climbs a little bit higher in the rigging.
Fuck you! Just clambers up.
Then can Dice come up and basically stab the fuck out of this fucker?
Stabber, stabber.
If nobody else wants to go.
Oh, you go for it. You need to get him dead.
Go on, Dice.
It's not.
Go dice.
Oh yeah.
This is the second permanent scar he's put on you.
Yeah.
Oh.
With both. And hopefully if one of them hits. Oh fuck you, Dice. Literally.
He, despite his state, once again, being quite an older captain, he's done these fights before. He is still fairly quick with the blade as he parries the short sword and then parries the dagger, stepping back slightly as he does.
Opportunity.
Then I will see that she didn't manage to, and then I'll shoot him.
Okay, make the take the shot. I'll laugh if this misses. Oh!
Don't take the critical because you'll kill Dice.
I may be I'm too short to actually get hit.
Yeah.
It's a
You say
critical
that,
fail.
you haven't seen her aim.
So,
I'll take that.
you're taking it? You take
Yeah.
definitely take it? Sweet.
Yeah.
It won't be. I was gonna say it won't be me that gets hit. It'll be this dude. I'm too short.
You fire the shot. It lines up perfectly, gets him in the back of the neck, though not enough to kill him outright, as
Fuck.
he stumbles to the edge of the ship looks at you specifically, Ulsanna. He utters some words in... What languages do people have? He will do it in he will do it in Elvish, actually. As he glances towards you, right on the edge of the ship, just before he will look over to you, suddenly there is a green glow from him.
I curse you and shall pursue you as the revenant hence their prey.
Oh, damn.
As he falls off the side of the ship with the blade and plummets into the murky depths of the water.
Blade is my blade!
Any chance I get shot off as I'm like next to the edge of the boat and I can see him?
Clutching the blade as he does, as he plummets into the murky depths, as he... Jillian, to get where you are, he sinks unnaturally fast into those waters.